At one of the many boarding schools I attended, where I was not expelled after the first month, there was a charming part of the curriculum which took place after dinner, when we girls and boys would don our jammies and snuggies and gather in the community room in the boys' dorm. Once there assembled, looking for all the world like refugees who had fled their besieged country with only their sleepwear, we would fall into an enchanted silence while an elderly great-grandmother named Mrs. Troll would read to us from the classics. Actually, her name was Mrs. Towle, but the temptation to transpose Towle into Troll was too much for us, and so, Mrs. Troll, she was. Even though she was of advanced years, or so it seemed to us, she was actually, I learned, in her late 40s. She had a PhD from the Yale Drama School, and was thus able to provide realistic impersonations of the vast mythic carols Vonnegut speak for a community of kindreds, of gods, goddesses, warriors, kings, queens, princesses, frogs, bats, dragons, rabbits, orphaned children, explorers, time travelers, flying horses, priests, assassins, snakes, sorcerers, magicians, freedom fighters, mermaids, clowns and other inhabitants of the imaginary realms of her stories. Mrs. Troll was Scheherazade on steroids. Oh, how we, her raggle-taggle gypsies in bedclothes, hung on her every word, snort, grunt, scream, sigh, cackle, hoot, and battle-cry. Seen through her dramatic renditions, the world of the imagination and the divine came alive, and our fertile little minds conjured up their own mind-movies of dragons slain, battleships sunk, kingdoms toppled, princesses saved, Wood and Wednesday, and heavenly kingdoms where troubles fell like lemon drops, away above the chimney tops. It was those extravagant tales of long ago that gave me hope to carry on, in spite of all the challenges which plagued my young life. For my journey, perhaps like yours, and yours, and yours, has been the journey of the hero, populated with all the same dramas, crises, and disasters that flew from Mrs. Troll's lips every evening for the 4 years I managed to remain at that school. In those compelling tales of bravery, conquest, reconciliation, victory, survival and transcendence, I found a God I could believe in, and this was a loving, caring, humorous, playful, cowboy kind of God, who promised happy endings and who assured me that someday there was a very real possibility my prince would come. Not an ironclad guarantee, but an approximate assurance that there was a good chance things would turn out well, if I would just stay on my horse and keep the high goal always before me.